And welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Where we last left off, we were talking to Shizune and Misha in class, just going about our usual business, and we've been bringing up Hanako a bit. And just before last episode, we noticed Hanako at the back of a classroom at the beginning of lunch, and were left with the ultimate decision: read my book and ignore Hanako, or go talk with her. And you know what? I gave myself some time to think about it, take a bit of a break. And you know what? I'm gonna talk with her. I'm gonna talk to her. Like, I'm gonna edge it in. I'm not gonna be like, "Hey, Hanako!" Like, I'm gonna be just like, "Hey, Hanako, do you mind if I sit here?" So I'm gonna talk to her. I still feel bad for making her run away yesterday, so I better say something. Hey there, Hanako. Hey, Sal? At least she remembers my name. Hey, I just wanted to, apologize for yesterday. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. I'm just new here, and I thought I should get to know my classmates. As Hanako looks up at me, I notice her scarring once more. See, oh my word. It's a little bewildering that you can barely notice it from across the room, but it's so noticeable from close up. That's okay. It was my fault. Nah, it wasn't anyone's fault. It just kind of happened. So, are you waiting for someone? I saw you looking at the door before. Yes, Lilly. I knew it. I knew it. Like, it was Lilly. Like, my god, we're actually having a proper conversation with Hanako. Oh my god. Like, we only had a bit earlier. Like, we were just like, you know, like, hey, could I sit here? And then just like, you know, like, look around the room. She's looking around the room. Eyes meet and she freaks out. But my god, we're actually fucking talking to her. Like, holy shit. This was definitely worth it, my people. Like, I wasn't going to let the opportunity down. Like, my god. I'm having a bit of a euphoria at the moment. Oh, you mean Lilly? The blind girl? Hisao, please don't use the BL card. Hanako only nods in response. I couldn't help but wonder if defining people through their disabilities is a faux pas of the worst kind. Yeah, I was thinking, like, don't use the cards so early, like the B card, the D card, and also the BL card, and also the P card, and the A card. Oh yeah, that's another card I didn't mention. The A card, the amputee card. Because, like, in case you didn't remember, like, there are some amputees here in Yamaku, like, as shown, like, in the panorama in episode 2. So, like, I'm pretty sure that, you know, have to bring up the A card at some point. So, don't know if it's a faux pas of the worst kind, or just normal here. I guess that explains why Lilly took off after her yesterday. She seems like a nice girl. You two friends? Yes. Hoping for Lilly to appear, as if she checks over her shoulder again. I'm making her nervous again. Oh god. Oh. And the music's dying down. That can only mean she's either freaking out, or something's gonna happen, or Lily's gonna arrive and she's gonna just walk off without me. I hope I'm not disturbing you right now. No, that's not it. It's just easier if Lilly doesn't come here. Oh, it's because it's hard to get around the classroom. Not really. Hanako's gaze drifts past my shoulder and towards Shizune. Oh. Facts. Shizune's getting jealous. and she's staring at me, and Hanako thinks that she's staring at her, and she's going to freak out, and I'm singing in my thoughts. Shizune? Hanako nods again. What about her? Don't they get along? Hanako shakes her head. Clearly this is something she doesn't want to talk about. Yeah. It's obvious that Shizune must be an absolute bitch towards Hanako. And before you say I broke guideline 3, like, once again, like, if Shizune is bullying Hanako, like, my fucking god. Like, I know she's ambitious and a bit devious, but seriously, like, I could just go into rage mode right now, but I mean, like, I'm really, really, like, you know, interested in Hanako, like, to certain extents, and, like, if Shizune steps out of line, like, I'm not gonna be like, Shizune, why the hell did you do this? Like, I'm gonna be just like, Shizune, like, I know, like, I'm speaking to you as friend to friend, but, like, are you picking on Hanako? You know, that kind of thing. It does make a strange sort of sense. Shizune and Lilly not getting along so well. Communication between the two would be all but impossible. It's hard enough talking to Shizune through Misha, even when you can see whose hands are talking. Hanako is so focused on Shizune that I'm the first to notice Lilly at the door. Oh, she's here now. Hanako spins around to confirm this. What? Where? Upon seeing Lilly, she quickly moves towards the door. I called it. She's gonna dash out of here, and she's gonna leave us in the dust. Lilly. Wow, she has that really, like, affectionate gaze. Hanako, good morning. Is the president here? Yes. Hanako glances over her shoulder at Shizune again, as if to confirm she can't hear them, even though that's impossible. I suppose we'd best be off then. Lilly's sigh and tone seem what seems like frustration makes me raise an eyebrow. I guess there's some kind of enmity between the two. Oh wait. Wait. Hold it. Hold it. Didn't Shizune last episode say an enemy's friend or an enemy's friend or something like that? Something about an enemy's friend is an enemy. So, if Shizune and Lilly are mortal enemies, that means that she is being extremely prejudiced towards Hanako. And I'm interested in Hanako, so if this all goes to shit, she will absolutely hate me. Because I'm really into... God damn it. Point your finger the other way, T-Man. Like, I'm really, really into these two. Lilly because of her sophistication and calmness and her beauty, and Hanako because, well, she's cute. She has that kind of... She kind of reminds me of myself, to be honest. In more ways than one. Not just because of appearance, but also, like, personality, and... You know, I'm kind of envious of the hair color. I just have to say that, like, right now, like, a dark hair color, like, my hair color is, like, you know, kind of like a chestnut brown. With hints of, like, a copper, like, occasionally. And, like, I've always wanted my hair to be darker. So it kind of makes me envious of those who have long dark hair. Hanako, you're the object of my jealousy. That's all I have to say. It's intriguing, but that's not really something I'd ask about. I'm sure if they wanted me to know, then they would tell me. It's only my 3rd day here. I should be trying to make friends, not finding out why people are enemies. I don't know, I would be kind of the opposite way round. I'd be trying to solve conflicts and then becoming friends with people. Still, It's a little funny to find that this school has little fjords. There aren't any fjords in this school. This is Japan, not Sweden. Still, it's kind of funny that to find out that this school has little feuds. Feuds, T-Man. Just like my old high school. Even if people are more tolerant of others, they're still going to get on each other's nerves. See, Yamaku isn't that different from your common high school. Like, it still has its rivalries, its enemies, its friends, its love interests, but the only difference is, of course, I'm gonna have to play the cards in order to get my point across, but I have to play the cards because people have a disability. But that doesn't mean that they're any more different than people in common society. Like, this school can still function as an ordinary school, even if, you know, the people are the way they are. People will be different. There will be people who have an interesting and unique characteristic to them, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be treated any differently. They should be treated like normal people. And this is what this school is obviously all about. So of course there are going to be rivalries, even if it's between a deaf person and a blind. That actually sounds kind of ridiculous. A feud between a deaf person and a blind person. It's kind of like the battle of the disabilities. Like, which would be better, losing your vision or losing your hearing? To be honest, I wouldn't want to lose either, because I use them to a great extent. But then again, I am already visually impaired. Like, I am short-sighted, so I've already lost a bit of my vision. So I guess it isn't all that bad. Like I guess. Hey, hey Lilly, how are things? Sorry I made you run off yesterday. Oh my, is that Hisao? Oh, I didn't realize you were here. I clarified that I was in the same class as Shizune and Misha. Surely you should have had the. Surely you should have made connotations that I was in the same class as Hanako as well. Oh well. Seems that Lilly is a little embarrassed about being so frank in front of me. Sorry, Lilly. I thought you realized. Oh no, it's all right, Hanako. Hisao, please don't worry about yesterday. It was just a misunderstanding. I wonder what Lilly and Hanako discussed about yesterday evening. Did Lilly say something like, it's all right, my dear. Hisao is a nice person. Like, you shouldn't be afraid of him, or something like that. I don't know. But then again, we've only known her for like half a day. Like approximately half about a day, like maybe half a day, 3/4 of a day. So like I wouldn't imagine that Lilly would already have like, you know, set opinions about us. If you say so, I'm still working this place out. Well then, I think you'll find most people here are a lot more forgiving than elsewhere. Well, what do you know? Time to be an asshole to people. If you are feeling a little confused, don't be afraid to ask questions. Sure, I'll remember that. After all, she is a class president. Maybe not of Hisao's class, but still, she is a bit knowledgeable in her own right. Lilly? Lilly gives a small nod of acknowledgement. I'm sorry, Hisao, but we must be off. Hanako doesn't look all that comfortable here right now, and Lilly seems a little embarrassed. I wonder if my apologies really made any impact. Mind if I accompany you two? You know, I honestly wasn't sure whether Hisao was gonna actually ask the question. If it were a multiple choice, like ask if you could accompany them or leave them be, then I would have still asked. I would still pick the ask them. But whatever. I know I'm kind of pushing it, but Lilly hums quietly, still smiling. Oh, I'm sure that we can accommodate you, can't we, Hanako? Come on, Hanako. Come on. She looks at Lilly, then at me, and freezes, wide-eyed. In fear? In wonder? Which one? Sure. Yes! Yes! Congratulations, Hisao. We're getting somewhere. Honestly, I'm gonna have to put in some kind of like Final Fantasy, just like da 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 da. Well then, shall we go? So finally, we're halfway into episode 10, and we are ditching Shizune and Misha for a couple of girls, which I'm more interested in at the moment. Because although I said new day, new opinions, fuck that. Fuck that. I'm honestly going to go with Lilly and Hanako. Like, if this goes all to plan, this could be one of the greatest days so far. If it doesn't, this could be one of the most dramatic days so far. Or second most dramatic day compared to yesterday. I'm sure Lilly wouldn't do this so easily if she saw how scared Hanako looks, but can't be helped now. Declining after the deal is sealed would only cause confusion and problems. So we leave, all three together. The Three Musketeers. Lilly, the wise and profound leader. Hisao, the naive and idiotic newcomer. And Hanako, the calm, cute, and shy maiden. Lilly walks beside the wall, letting her cane gently tap against it every now and then. Hanako comes along right beside her, so close that she is practically half hugging her as they go. Wow. They must have some kind of friendship, some really deep friendships to go to those extents. There must be some kind of like sisterly thing, or almost kind of like a motherly thing in a sense. I could picture it right now. Like, as a matter of fact, like, their hair color actually complements it. You got yin and yang. There you go. Now you know. And I'm not gonna put that clip in again. You thought I was gonna put in the clip again. You honestly thought I was gonna put in the clip again. But I'm not. I had to disable monetization of episode 8 because of that freaking clip. So I'm not gonna do it again, but you know what it was gonna be. Although it must make her walking that much harder, Lilly takes it in stride. Oh my god. As we turn around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a steam train. Boom! Hanako shrieks a little, and my vision briefly goes blank. Hello? Who are you? Unfortunately, it's not the end of the episode, so we can't end it on this note. But if we could, this would be a better time than any. But we're gonna have to take it in our stride. Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me, and has now fallen down onto the hallway. Oh my word. Better time than any that I'd brought up the A card. Because, well, she wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have any legs. Hey, Hisao brought it up, not me. Well, she does, but they're not flesh and bone. A pale and much flesh and bone thighs end in shins, and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. Either some kind of flexible metal or carbon fiber, my man. They look disturbingly artificial and natural. That's kind of the point of those artificial legs. They're supposed to be used for ergonomics and functionality, not for appearances. What makes me forget that my chest is hurting? The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up.
Oh man, hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going, and you came out of nowhere. Sorry.
I'm gonna pin her as kind of like the peppy American. The peppy American girl, because if she's in a PE uniform, it might mean that she's kind of like the sporty girl. It does kind of look that way, that she's the peppy sporty girl. She's looking really apologetic in her puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything, since her puppies are my weak spot. It's kittens for me, Hisao, it's kittens for me. It's okay, don't worry about it. Oh god. I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest. I know that this is this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Oh god. Don't overexert yourself, don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. Oh god. You know how I said that if this day didn't go dramatic? I cursed I jinxed myself. Hisao is gonna pass out and have another heart attack because this girl hit Hisao in the chest. So now we're not going to be able to spend the day with Hanako and Lilly. Now I could just say, God damn it! But honestly, like, she couldn't have known. She did seem like the kind of girl who would just, like, bump into anything. But then again, see, I tried to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. Is it fading away, or is it getting worse? It seems normal.
Hey, should I get a nurse?
The worried high-pitched voice of the girl snapped me out of it. I stared at her for a few seconds, dumbfounded, until I realized that I probably looked worse off than I really was. Doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need. I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, big time. But it's nothing more than that.
You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard.
See, come on. It's okay. I said I was fine. Nothing's broken. No harm done. No biggie.
Oh, that's good. I was...
Whoop! Just like, what happened, Hisao? Just like, Nicola, just like, did you mess with my new friend? She's not quite up to speed for obvious reasons. She sounds awfully worried. More than what this situation deserves, really. Someone just bumped into me. Nothing serious, just winded.
Sorry, it's my fault. I was just going to get some stuff, and I was in kind of a hurry.
That someone here is Emmy, isn't it? She fucking knows, doesn't she? She just knows everyone. So, this girl is Emmy. That's interesting. Episode 10. The greatest day and the most embarrassing day. Or shall I just put in the title just Emmy and Emmy and other stuff? You know, kind of like episode 8, Hanako and deranged stuff. The little girl coughs quietly, shuffles her plastic or metallic feet, looking down at them before saying anything.
Hi Lilly, Hanako.
I guess the girls know each other.
Do please try to be more careful. You might be sturdy enough to endure these sorts of accidents, but there are people who aren't.
Yeah, Hisao's got Hisao's got what is it? Arrhythmia. And of course, like, if he'd been hit harder in the chest, like, my fucking god, either his ribcage would have broken, or he would have had another heart attack. girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. She's going to be the peppy one. The peppy and mischievous one, isn't he? Essentially the second Misha, in a sense, isn't she? Isn't she? So cute. I found myself smiling.
I know that. I was just, I gotta go. The teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, I gotta change and everything.
Before any of us could say a thing, Emmy had already bolted away, leaving the hallway eerily quiet. God damn it, Emmy. I'm gonna have to remember that name, Emmy. Although I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be interested in Emmy, but, she might be alright to hang out with. Does that kind of thing happen often around here? There are more rules in Yamaku than usual for running in corridors. But that rarely stops Emmy, it seems. She shakes her head weakly, offers a slight composed smile. I don't think there's anything we can do to stop her, I'm afraid. Shall I be off then? Pip pip. Lilly heads off along the hallway. Hanako hurries after her. The route to the room the two used for tea is fairly simple to retrace, being still fresh in my mind from yesterday. Lilly and Hanako quickly go about the business of making lunch. Before I can even open my small bag of food, Lily's busying herself with a thermos and tea bags, as Hanako is setting out both their lunch boxes. They must be some kind of epic team, aren't they? So, is this what you meant by coming here almost every day? Hisao, that's a bit of a stupid question. I thought you would have known this.
Yes. Hanako and I usually have lunch here. It suits both of us, and since we ended up using this room regularly.
After seeing Hanako's reaction to me over the past couple of days. What? We've only known Hanako for under a day, and Hanako hasn't directly reacted towards us. Like, yeah, she's noticed us, and like, yeah, she of course has seen us around and maybe caught us staring at her, but I honestly don't think that she's really reacted towards us over the past few days. Like maybe yesterday, but whatever. I can understand why that is a boon. No, that's thoughts, my friend, not Lily's line. God damn it, T-Man. I can understand why that is a boon. That and Lilly being able to get some quiet away from her class as well. I take my seat last, after Lily's poured the tea for us and sits down. See, oh my word. So you have the arts from before. So Hisao and Lilly peacefully sitting like in the break room, and then you just have Hanako. The more time I spend with these two girls, the more I think they're a perfect foil to Misha and Shizune. Shit. I don't know what that phrase means. Does it mean that they're kind of like similar? Or does it mean that they're opposites? Because I can understand if they're opposites. Because, of course, like, Lilly is relaxed, takes things in her stride, is calm and composed, and then Shizune is, you know, a try-hard, studies, is very ambitious and dedicated, and usually does things on a whim. And of course then there's Misha, the absolute chatterbox and absolute troll, and then Hanako, who is, well, Hanako. So, on that perfect analysis by Hisao, I think it's time to end the episode. So, so thanks for watching. I hope you've been enjoying this series. I most certainly have. And without further ado, I have been TRXD, and Bye.